Hi, my name is Lauren Goodkind, and I am a good and kind person. And yes, Goodkind is really my last name. Today, I'm going to go ahead and analyze my second round win. This win was from the Mechanics Tuesday Night Online Rapid Tournament. And in this game, I was white and I was playing against Izzy. I don't know who he is. I don't know if he's a kid or an adult. This game was long. It is 73 moves long. So it was a tough game. I started out with E4 just to get control of the center. And then my opponent went c5. This is the Sicilian defense, by the way. See? Sicilian defense. Um, I got my knight out to f3, and then my opponent went e6, and then I went c3. The purpose of c3 is to move my pawn to d4, so that's why I go c3. My opponent went knight to c6, and then I go d4. Of course, that's why I wanted to go for it. So it's d4. Pawn goes to d5. So he's trying to fight for the center too. And then I decided to take it. I take it back. And now I'm doing okay. I decided to get my bishop out once. I think that if I move the bishop to d3 or bishop to b5, I think that would also be okay. And then he gets his knight out. I castle. So please notice, it's really important to get all the knights and the bishops out. Okay? Pawn takes, and I take it back with the knight. And if the knight takes my knight, then I take it back with the queen. He goes bishop to c5. So now the knight and bishop are attacking this knight. I decide to go back with the knight. I think I could have also gone here too, but I didn't. I decided to go here, and now my knight is attacking the bishop. He goes back, and then I go here. My bishop right now, it is pinning this knight. Because if you notice the knight, queen, and bishop, they're on the same diagonal. So if this knight moves, then my bishop takes the queen. He castles, and then I move bishop to f3. And now my bishop's on the long diagonal, so I think that's good. He goes there, I go here, just to get my other knight out. Okay, and then he goes knight to e5, and then I decided to move the bishop back to e2. I didn't want him to take my bishop, because the bishop's on the long diagonal, so I went there. Okay, so now he goes h6. It's attacking my bishop, so I need to do something. So I decided to go here. And now my bishop is still pinning this knight to the queen. So again, if this knight moves, then my bishop takes the queen. And then I think that's why he decided to move back. I have to do something about the bishop, so I decided to go back. And then he goes there. I decided to why did I go there? Okay, I went here, I guess, to threaten to capture the knight. I think another move I could do is knight here, and then like just to get my knight over to d4. That's what I was thinking, but I went here. He takes it, and then I have to take it back with the h-pawn. Notice that this bishop is pinning this pawn to this king, so I can't take the knight with this pawn. So I went there. Knight goes here. Uh-oh, I have to do something about my bishop. I go back. Okay, and then now I am getting pretty concerned right now. He is actually threatening to capture my pawn on g3 because this bishop is pinning this pawn to the king. So that's why I went knight to d4. So now the bishop is not pinning this pawn to the king. He goes there, and in this position, I decided to not take the bishop because if I did, then he would take it back with a knight, and then I'm just helping him because the knight's getting closer to my king. And the knight is also controlling the h2 square. I didn't want that. So I decided to just move my other knight in. My knight's attacking the queen and knight, and then he takes it, and then I take it back with the bishop. He takes it, and then I took it with the pawn. And the reason why I took it with the pawn instead of the queen is because if this bishop takes the knight, then I would take it back with the queen, and then he has a isolated pawn, and this pawn is a weakness. So that's why I took it with the pawn. If I took the bishop with the queen, then this bishop could take the knight, and I would take it back with the pawn, and then we have two isolated pawns. But I wanted this pawn to be a weakness, so that's why I took it with the pawn. He went there, and now I have to be careful right now because he is threatening to go pawn to h4, and this pawn is pinned. See, the queen, pawn, and king, they're on the same line. So I go there, and then in this position, I move up, and the reason why is because now the king is off the same diagonal as this bishop, and I'm also the king is protecting the pawn on g3. So he goes bishop to c7, and he is threatening to capture this pawn because this pawn is pinned. So I decided to move queen to f3 to protect this pawn. There's a lot of pins in this game. He goes with there, and then I go here. I'm going after this pawn. See? Queen and rook are attacking this pawn. He only has one protector. He goes there, and he is being aggressive, but then I have this move. I'm threatening checkmate right now, so he has to take it back with the queen, and then of course I take it back, and then guess what? This pawn is not protected, so I decided to take this one. So I'm doing pretty good. He goes there, and then I go here. He goes there, and then I go here. So I think I'm doing okay. I go here, there, here to attack the bishop. He goes there after I go back. Okay. I go here, he goes there. But then I go here to be aggressive. He goes there, I take, and then I go here. He doesn't want to. I don't really know why I did that, but in this move I go knight to e6. You might be thinking like, oh, this is a crazy move. No, it's not. The reason why is because my rook is attacking the rook, and my knight is also attacking the king. So if this pawn does take the knight, then I can take his rook. So I'll be up the exchange. So that's why he decided to move king to e7. We trade rooks, and then I just be really aggressive right now. Yep. So if this is still a difficult win for me, but I still managed to break in. Bishop's attacking the pawn, so I decide to go back to protect it. I go here. This is a risky move because now my pawns are isolated. I go here. I go, oh yeah, bishop's attacking the pawn, so that's why I decide to go a4. He goes there, and then I go here. This isn't like the best play, but okay, I go here. He checks, I go here. So now he's going after this pawn, but I am going to go after his pawn. So now I go here, and then I go here. Yeah, so what happens is he has a pass pawn, but then I have a pass pawn too. So he continues to move up pawns. I go here. He has to go here. Okay, so I move the pawn up. I move the pawn up. And then in this position, the computer says that he shouldn't queen right now. If he continued to just move this bishop on this diagonal, then I think this game would be a draw. So he made a mistake. He shouldn't have promoted it to a queen, but he did. So he took it over there, and then I moved the king here, and then I moved the king here to attack the bishop. And then now what I do is just move this pawn up. I go here. And then this is when he resigns because he can't stop this pawn from queening. Because I mean, if the bishop goes here, then I simply just take it. So that's how I won this game. This was a 10-minute game with a 2-second increment. So yep, it was an interesting game. And if you enjoy watching my videos, please subscribe to my channel. I upload a video every single day. And check out my puzzle website, chessbylauren.com. I created 500 puzzles. I also wrote 2 books on chess. It's for beginners. So there's a lot of fun things on my website, chessbylauren.com. So see you tomorrow. Thank you for watching.